SELLICK have managed to get that winning feeling back with a 3-2 victory over Jablonec, but the same problems were still here. We had Joe Hart make his debut for Celtic, but again, they were still absolutely shocking at the back. Yes, guys, they've won, right? But I don't know what the fuck goes on defensively for Celtic. Like, I mean, not the Jablonec were defensive. I mean, they're pish. You know, let's just be real about it. But you just fear, like, well, from a Celtic point of view, I mean, obviously this helps the coefficients, a 4-2 win, but, you know, like, even though that they've got a 2-0 lead here going back to Parkhead, the defensive frailties are still there. Like, they could very easily lose. I mean, they shouldn't, because this team aren't that good. And I'd argue that, well, I'd probably say this team probably are worse at the back than Celtic, which is, it's a hard thing to do, like, but, I mean, it's looking like that. I mean, Celtic actually started this game really well. It was on, this game was on Sports Scene, so I watched a bit of it. But, well, yeah, I watched a bit of it. But, yeah, the kick-off, I mean, they're leading 2-0. They're creating chances. That team aren't really doing much. Obada gets his second goal. Furuhashi gets his as well. Was a nice wee dink over the goalie. But then, like, literally about, like, 10 seconds after this, what's his name? Povanzanek, just, like, a through ball over. I mean, it literally just cuts the entire defence in half. Joe Hart left sitting like a windy licker, like, why the fuck did I make this move? The guy just slots it straight past him, and I mean, there was just something like just so comical about it, you know. I don't know, like, that's just for me. And a game that they should have been completely out of sight in, you know, and should just be controlling and dominating, kind of similar to the Midtjylland game, because then Bitten gets sent off in that first. Like, this team are obviously, right, I think the guy in commentary said, I don't know who, I can't remember who it was, but he said, no, it was Hartson in the studio actually, he said that this team are by there's a clear step down in quality for Midtjylland, but it just shows you, like, they are, but yet Celtic, again, still struggled against them. Yes, I know they won 4-2 here, right, can't take it away from them, but at the same time, it's like, what level of opposition are these stupid fucking defensive errors going to be cut out against? You know, I mean, they're bringing in players left, right, and centre, right? I get it. It's going to take people a wee while to gel, but I just feel like the way this Ange Postecoglou guy, oh, I'd rather draw 4 each, big man, than win 1-0. That's not exactly the mentality you need to have to be fucking getting stuck in with a defensive minded setup in order to not lose goals so cheaply and shit like this. You know, him fucking coming out and saying pish like that is exactly what leads to scorelines like this. Now, obviously, for the neutral and for the cool action scenist and all that shite, it's good, but at the same time, that mentality doesn't work. For Celtic, I mean, if a Rangers manager came in and said that, I'd be like, hold on here, you'd much rather fucking a boring 3 points than a cool action scene 1 point. You know, that's why the cookie crumbles at the end. It's a results based business, big man. They did get that result tonight. Goals for Forrest and Christie in the second half. There was a lovely chip from the guy who played for Jablonec, but then Joe Hart. I mean, you can question Joe Hart's fucking positioning for this, to be honest. But yeah, Bitten tried to clear it and he ended up with an own goal. I think it was Malinsky with the chip. So that happened, and then yes. Christie came on for Turnbull. Turnbull really should have scored really early on. We saw Rogic come on and Edward. Is Edward leaving? I guess that saga looks like it's going to drag out for another while. But anyway, guys, I mean, Celtic 4-2 win in the end. They should be through, but I just feel like with them at the back, you never fucking know. You know, you never know. Like, there's a reason why West Ham pumped them 6-2. You know, there's a reason why they job out consistently to set pieces and shit. We saw that first hand against Hearts and shit like that. But anyway, guys, the first game of today's European action for the Scottish teams is in. Celtic have they've won 4-2. St Johnstone up next against Galatasaray, a much tougher game for Lemons, but I'm feeling fairly confident for the other 2 games with Hibs and Aberdeen. St Johnstone, they'll do well. I mean, Galatasaray aren't actually playing in their stadium; they're playing in Istanbul, whatever you call it, man. But anyway, new boys, they prove their worth here, but still the same errors at the back are trouble in El Celtic. So until next time, peace.